I should stop doing it.
Every time! Oh. So, hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to the CTG Podcast. It's Wednesday, the 13th of September, episode 158. No, we didn't restart this. As always, you have me, GD, you have Tattastic, and we are joined by Miss Wotsit. How are you both this evening?
Not bad. Not bad
Doing
at
well.
all.
Doing well.
So, I'm going to ask straight away, because I've got a feeling all three of us have got the same answer to this. But, sorry, I just saw something. I saw Liverpool's playing at the same time, like every Wednesday when it's Champions League.
So you're losing?
No, 2-2. We was winning. So, what have you guys been playing this week?
Well.
I wonder. So,
Well, actually, no. To be fair, I've been playing Destiny 2 and That's You. They've barely. Oh no, and Rust as well. So
You've
I've
been
actually
playing
played
Rust?
3 games. Yeah.
Right. So we'll hold the one that we're all going to mention to last anyway. So Rust. What's got you into playing Rust? What's it?
Again, I had it for ages and ages, and then my PC was too rubbish to run it properly. So until
I was just about to zoom the camera out as well.
Get down. Stop putting your bum to the camera and get down.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So Rust.
We got a cameo appearance. Yay!
Oh.
Lay down. Thank you.
There was word of a cat attack. We cannot have this anymore. The dogs ruled the new meme.
But yeah, no, Rust, I've had it for ages, and I used to quite like playing it, but my PC was really crappy, so it was just really sluggish.
Yeah.
But now I've got a decent gaming laptop now, and a couple of guys that I've known for a good few years started to sort of team up with them again for a bit, which is really cool. So it's nice. It gives me a break from playing the one game that we'll discuss later.
Yeah.
And also just sort of stepping back from the consoles for a little bit. So, and I like those kind of games anyway. So it's good fun.
Well, the thing is, it's not just that. It's not the only game that you've been playing as well that has got a similar theme. And both of you have actually been playing this, which we did mention. I think it was about a couple of weeks ago. Conan Exiles as well. I've been seeing. Well, of course, it's been calmed down this past week because of the silver game. But Tattastic has been He's been building his own little town, which I'm not surprised. It's one of those kind of games that has that kind of thing. You will go and do that thing. You'll have that at least one or two people who will. No, we're not making something small just to survive. We are making a working town here.
Yeah.
We will all have our own roles. What is it? We do not know, but you will find out one day. Yeah, so Conan Exiles, what do you think of that game so far? Because I've not actually had the chance to ask you about it. What's it?
Well, clearly I'm not very adventurous and very creative when it comes to building a shack, because I think I'm on a separate island at the minute, in a little hut.
Have you been exiled in Conan Exiles?
Yeah, so basically I'm living in a little shack. So whilst they're living in a mansion, I'm living in a little Wotsit chalet.
Like it's on a completely different part of the map now as well. We've left you stranded.
Have you?
Yeah.
Seriously? Oh.
Yeah, we moved to a completely different part of the map.
Wow. That's one way of saying I'm not wanted around. That's fine. That's fine.
We've left the old house and the old workshop near your house, so you can go and squat in that if you want.
Oh, we've left you some stuff. There you go.
But no, I mean, I know it's had a lot of negative reviews. But in all fairness, I think it was either Tat or Doc that mentioned the game originally, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm one of these. I'd rather sort of try it for myself, and then I'll decide whether it's really crap or not. And it's not. So I don't know. I guess it's fun. It's good to play.
Yeah.
There we go. Tattastic is not that close to the screen anymore. I've managed to fix it straight away. But it's at the moment it's I'm guessing still in early access as well. Same with is Rust early access? I don't know. Does it count as early access?
I think it has been since I bought the game, going back a long.
It's one of that seems to be the theme of early, early access games, isn't it? Is that are they out yet? No, but we've got these games here, like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Ark. Yeah, which have actually come out of early access and now are one's coming out, the other one has come out. Which it just still make me wonder with these kind of games because they are going to be in early access limbo, but as long as people are still enjoying them, it's like look at Minecraft. How long was that in a beta itself? I think it wasn't really until Microsoft actually bought the rights to the game that it kind of came out properly. I think there was some aspect to it, but there wasn't. People were still thinking, no, it still counts as a beta. They're still bringing out stuff, which they are still now. It's like we're waiting for the what's it called? The update hopefully later in a couple of months' time, or hopefully this month, where we've actually got everyone together.
Yeah.
So it's as long as people are having fun with it, that's the thing that counts. And this could be worse. It could be a game that people are paying for and they're not really playing.
Yeah. Like most of my Steam library, to be perfectly honest.
Like anyone who's actually got Star Citizen. Oh. I'm allowed one jab at Star Citizen a month, and that was mine. Anything else apart from what's it called? Rust? Have you played? Or you said that's you, didn't you?
Yeah, that game. Oh my! I think it's got to be one of my favourite games at the minute.
Well, we actually got the first part out on Tuesday, where we called Back to School, and it's been as free. We did some more yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah. I could play that game every single night. I just find it hilarious. I think last night though, with that the Paris section.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Hilarious.
There's certain things that when it points out that we've been friends for maybe a bit too long. The Paris section.
It's one of those. It's just one of those feel-good games that you can just pick up, play, spur of the moment. It's just good fun. I don't think I've laughed that much at a game in a long time. In a long time.
Well, like we said last week, it's part of the PlayLink series of games that PlayStation are going to be bringing out. I think they've actually looked at things like Jackbox and Use Your Words and said, well, people are actually enjoying these kind of games. Why are we not doing something like this? And I know we've got Knowledge is Power is another game that I'm looking at when it comes out.
It's going to be at EGX. That.
What? Knowledge is Power?
Yeah.
We need to play that.
I've got a list of all the PlayStation.
We need to play that.
PlayStation have announced the games that they'll have there, and Knowledge is Power is one of them.
So
I might get shot.
We know what we're doing on Saturday.
And the other one I'm really looking forward to on their list is Detroit Become Human is going to be playable there.
All right, I'm looking forward to that one.
That'd be good to see.
Isn't that the one from the same people who made Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls?
Beyond Two Souls and Fahrenheit, yeah. That's going to be there playable.
I just want to see more of it. The thing is, we've seen sort of sneak peeks of it at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I think it's one of those, if you've played, like I said, Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls, then you kind of have an idea what this game is going to be like anyway.
Yeah.
But it's still, we want more information, and it's nice that they actually will be able to play it, you said, at EGX.
Yeah, it says on the playable booth at EGX.
That's going to be fun. So that's definitely something I want to queue up for. If I've not managed to, Tattastic, you'll I've got a feeling you're going to try and get there either the Thursday or Friday to play that, aren't you?
Yeah, if it's there.
Yeah. But talking about the play link, like I said last week, the one thing that I was disappointed with it so far with that shoe is the fact that you've got to have the copy of the game, especially if you're playing online.
Yeah.
Which it's not a problem for people because it is a free game at the moment on PlayStation Plus. But we've got people who don't have PlayStations that we play Jackbox and Use Your Words with. And it's not just that, we've got to make sure that everybody has access to it at that time.
Yeah.
Which also causes a few more problems where, like, for example, I would have usually streamed on Mixer, YouTube and Twitch like we're doing here on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
But I can't do that because I've got to do it for the PlayStation. It's got to be one thing. Tattastic can, but there's reasons. You've got the capture card. I've not got a capture card on my end.
Yeah.
But, like I said, out of the games that I've played so far, even though it's more of a personal game as well, for the fact that you've got to take pictures as well, I do think this one is a lot more fun so far compared to the other ones that we've played.
The pictures are some of the best things.
Yes, I agree.
The one thing I've found with it, now, obviously I like the Jackbox series, and I'm not going to slate them because I do enjoy playing those games, but I did start to find it got repetitive.
Yeah.
Now, the difference I think with that too, although you're gonna stumble across the same kind of scenarios and pictures probably at some point.
Yeah.
But the difference is, it's going to be different every time. Like, when we've played it, we're constantly taking different photos throughout the stream, like, throughout playing it.
That's what I can find.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just feels like that you could still be playing it in, like, 2 years' time and not be bored of it. Whereas, I think because you've got to interact with it a lot more rather than just writing a sentence down.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm trying to get at. It's more...
Yeah, I think it's like what you're going with that shoe. We could play day after day, like you said earlier. And we still have fun with it. With Jackbox, we could still play day after day, but as if there a certain amount of time, we've kind of done it now. But like you said, not saying anything bad about Jackbox. I love Jackbox games. I love what they do. It's like Jackbox Party Pack 4, which is coming out soon. I've seen all 5.5 games that is going to be coming out for this, and they all look awesome. It's like one of them that we've already said we're going to be doing it as, hopefully as our Nights of Horror, Monster Seeking Monsters, which I do want to play, which is a monster dating sim. That's the thing about them. They do weird stuff, and it's like Jackbox Party Pack 4. There's only one sequel in this series this time, and by the looks of things, all 5 games you will be able to play online with the audience quite easily. I think the only sequel one is Fibbage 3, which we've played the first 2 Fibbages. We enjoyed those so much that we played them so much that we kind of started to know what the answers were going to be. And it's like one of them, which one of them is like is a personal game again, but it's asking questions about people who are actually playing the game. So, for example, like say as 3 are playing, it'll ask you a question saying like, "What's your favourite food?" You'll then answer it, and then all of us will guess what your favourite food is. And then a random answer will be put in there as well as a house answer, and then we've got to figure out what your favourite food is. And the more people that get it right, the more points whoever had to answer the question gets, and of course the people who are playing gets points as well. Which I think that's a brilliant idea, and that's something that probably give more life to that kind of game, which has been a Fibbage problem, that once you've gone through the questions, it does get repetitive. This time it doesn't seem. Same with that shoe. It's got that personal touch to it, which is I'm looking forward to. Like I said, so that's shoe, which is available now on PlayStation. It's available now for PlayStation Plus to pick up for free. I think it's until October.
Cool.
Jackbox Party Pack 4. There's no date yet, but it is coming soon. Hopefully, it will be in time for Nights of Horror. The last one was with Party Pack 3, so I'm expecting this one to be as well. So, yeah, party games, always a ton of fun, and of course, here at Crave Your Game, one of our favorite Crave Your Game and CTG, one of our favorite types of games. It's always been the pleasing thing to play every time. So, Tattastic.
I noticed one thing before that's you.
Yeah.
Before I finish that's you, I noticed one. I thought one thing last night after we finished playing it. You always get voted on that last photo, so that does mean me and Wotsit are really good at art.
Yeah, but at the same time, I seem to always, most of the time, I'm getting voted for the Mimic game as well. So it might not be you guys are good at art. Yes, I agree with that. But it could just be my face.
Just another thing to tally onto that as well, though.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know someone 100%, you certainly start to know them very quickly when you're playing that game.
The thing is, how long? Tattastic. How long have we been friends
icebreaker.
now? I think it's been nearly a year now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and me and Wotsit, we've been friends. Oh God, 5 years. Probably longer now, hasn't it?
Say again.
We've been friends about 5 years now, haven't we?
Yeah, probably just over actually.
Yeah. So it's one of those games. It doesn't depend how long you've been friends. It works.
Yeah.
And it's even if you don't know each other, you learn. And then there's been questions where we said, nah, we wouldn't be like that. But if it was between the three of us, more than likely that person.
Yeah.
Like, for example, who would go to a language lesson just to chat up girls? It's all right, but all three of us answered that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tattastic. Apart from the game that we're going to mention later, what have you been playing this week?
Lost Bear on the PlayStation VR. The Lost Bear, sorry.
Well, you don't really want to talk too much about that because it is currently your series on our channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
All we can say is that it is PlayStation VR game. It's about £7 or £8, you said?
$7.99.
$7.99. And
completely different to anything you'll experience.
Oh God, yeah. If you want to know what it's like, we do recommend go on to youtube.com/craveyourgames and go and watch the first episode, which came out today or Wednesday for people who are listening to the audio pod version of this or watching it live on YouTube now. Well, you kind of know where you're supposed to go since you're watching it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do recommend go and watch it. I went and because I've had to find what was going to call the episode, and it was really, really interesting for a VR game what they did with that game.
Yeah,
that's all I want to say about that.
All I say is buy it.
I would say if you got VR, this is definitely PSVR. This is definitely one of those games you should get.
Yeah.
So, all right, me apart from the one game that we're going to mention in a minute. I have played Nidhogg 2, which I finally got to play for my one-shot, finally. So, did either of you play the original Nidhogg, by the way?
No, I've never even heard of it.
You've never heard of it? Right,
No.
so I get to explain what Nidhogg is. So, the point of Nidhogg is simple. It's like a fencing kind of game, where the point is you've got to try and reach the goal, while your opponent is trying to reach the goal the opposite end from you. I think it's split into 3 different stages on each side.
Yeah.
And so, in other words, you've got to stab your opponent, run across, and the winner gets eaten by a giant worm. I repeat, the winner gets eaten by the giant worm. It's something to do with Nidhogg. I think Nidhogg is the actual worm itself. It's something to do with Viking mythology. Okay. Yeah, so it kind of makes sense when you actually dive into the lore of it. But if you saw this game and thought, why does the winner get eaten? It does get kind of weird. But the original game, it was a more pixelated design to it, which I highly enjoyed. It was more focused on the gameplay of it. It was a ton of fun. I think I did it as one of the Battle of the Cravers with Doc a couple of years back. But yeah, it was a ton of fun, and so I've been looking forward to the second one coming out. But it has changed so much graphically. So like I said, it was a pixelated design for the original. This time they've gone more like a claymation-y type of design to it, which a lot of people say they don't know why they've gone down this route. It does look a little bit... It doesn't look good, pleasing graphically to people who played the original game. But once you actually start playing it, you kind of understand why they've gone down this route. So first of all, they've added customization into the game. So apart from just changing the color of your character, but you can change, you can give it different hairstyles, different accessories, t-shirt, trousers. So it makes your character stand out a bit more for you. The actual stages have also been designed the same way with this claymation-y type of design, which they look really good. That's a simple way of putting it. Compared to the original design, they do seem more animated. You're starting to spot out different things on there. Like, for example, one of the zones is you're on a ship, and there is rats scurrying around on the actual thing. So it's more animated in that way. And they've also added more weapons into the game as well. So all you could do was kill each other with fencing swords. I don't know the actual technical name for that. But they've added daggers, great swords in there, and bow and arrow as well. Which, out of them all, I prefer the great sword, because it's a heavier weapon and slower to attack, but it's great to knock the weapon out of other people's hands quite easily. And I do recommend, if anyone does get a chance, it's available on PS4 and Steam at the moment. I don't know if it's coming over to Xbox, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Sorry. No, I'd be surprised if it doesn't come over to Xbox. I expect it to be there. But I do recommend, especially if you're looking for a new couch co-op game or an online game. It is online as well. It's definitely a game that is a lot of fun, has a quick mess around kind of game. So yeah, if you want a little bit more, like I said, it's available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CraveYourGames, where we have GD's one shot of it for this week. So yeah. Should we get into it now? The thing that we've all pretty much been playing non-stop. It came out on Wednesday. We said that we were going to talk about it this week. Destiny 2. As you notice, I've got my Destiny Sparrow Racing t-shirt on today. So who wants to start us off with Destiny 2?
I can't jump and I'm forever dying.
Yeah.
That is my
I can vouch for this.
Okay. Let's go with that one first. You can't jump and you're forever dying.
Yeah, that is the story of my life as a warlock.
Yeah, so first of all, beforehand, you two have played it on PlayStation. I've played it on Xbox.
Yeah.
It is going to be coming to PC, but not for at least another couple of weeks, I've been told. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Like, it's Sonic Mania all over again. First of all, levels and class you've gone with.
So I'm a warlock.
Yep.
And I've hit level 20, and I can't remember what my power level is. It's 250 something, I think.
Oh my god, why is everyone higher than me? I can actually look while I'm actually thinking of it.
I'm loving the warlock class, but I realise that the jumping is a little bit, to be mastered. To the point that, bless you, you're like my personal medic. Because
If you got awards for reviving people, I'd be up top.
You'd rank #1 in the world, I think, pretty much.
It got to the point where I stopped running forward.
By the way, you're 251 according to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
250.
Stormcaller class as well. Nice.
Yeah.
So, Tattastic, what about you, mate? What is your stats on Destiny at the moment?
I'm Hunter, level 20, and 286 light, or power, as it's called now.
Oh, what is both your experiences at the moment with it? So I know you've had a go of a bit of the raid already, Tattastic. Have you had a go of it yet? What's it? Oh wait, you can't.
I haven't. No,
I just realised.
No, I think I've just unlocked the option to, attempt raids and stuff. But no, I am. I'm not even venturing into that neck of the woods yet.
Well, we'd like to point out that the raids had just opened at 6 p.m. today, as well.
Yeah.
Which is, what's this raid called again?
Leviathan.
Yeah. So it's one of those kind of things that, even though I definitely can't do it at the moment, Wotsit probably hasn't had the chance to have a go of it. But Tattastic, I know you have had a go of it. Yeah. So what do you think of the raid so far that you've had a go of? And what is actually happening in this raid, to be honest?
Well, I don't know. It's all about like a ball. So far, I've already got to the second part. And then, obviously, it's all a learning curve now because everyone's starting to do it. So we've got the team I was doing it with. We've got it down to a point where we knew what we had to do. It was just figuring out how to do a set part. Because the part we're up to, once you die, you can only be. Every person on the team's only got one revive.
Oh.
Not like revive themselves, like to revive an opponent, like
one of your
team, like a fire
teammates.
team.
Yeah.
So once everyone's revived someone once, there's no more revives.
They are
and
really
gets proper hectic as well. Like, and we got to the point where we kept getting to the same point, but then you're sort of stuck in this little room where you've got to take stuff out, but there's countless enemies, like countless
relics or something like that, isn't it? I know that one of them was like an orb, and I've been told that there was one that was shaped like a lion, something like that, like a tiny little lion.
I don't know, but we've got to the point where it just doesn't. You're stuck in this little room because you've got to shoot the crystals that appear that get unlocked by doing what you need to do to get there, and then you just get so many ads in there. And we tried it all different ways. 2 people concentrate on the crystal with 4 ad control, and it just doesn't work. But it's a learn. Well, like you said, everyone's learning now, aren't they? So.
Yeah. Well, I've just managed to be able to play the Nightfall, so that's my aim for it at the moment. So, I might as well mention what mine is. So I'm playing a Titan. I love playing as a Titan. I'm a robot. And my light level is 240. I really should have a look at that. That's a good point, GD. 245. My light level is at the moment. But I've just finished the actual main story today, as well. Which we're not going to say anything about that because we do recommend pick up Destiny to at least play the story, because compared to the first one, this one is so much better.
Compared to the first one, this one's got a story.
This has got a story. There you go. It already wins. Where's one of my weapons classified? I've got the weapon. I'm so far enjoying it a lot. I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning because I thought, even after the story, what am I supposed to do? But that's where it seems to open up a lot more once you reach level 20. Hi, Neo. And it's now, you're building up your light, but you're building up your light so that you can go and play these different kinds of modes. And it feels like it's easier to do that as well. Collecting stuff as well. It seems to be a lot simpler, and especially reputation. It seems like they've actually learnt, no, this is how you're supposed to do it. now.
Yeah.
What about you, Wotsit? What are you thinking of the game so far?
I love it. I mean, I played the first one and I was really disappointed. I felt it got really repetitive. For me, I would say this is what the first one should have been when it was released. The storyline, I'm not going to lie, I really couldn't tell you what happened in it. I was literally just kind of ploughing through it purely because I wanted to start doing like the crucibles and the strikes and stuff like that. Didn't mean I didn't enjoy it, because I did. Little bit disappointed how easy the end boss was, but other than that, it's definitely an improvement. I am not bored of it. I know I'm only like a week into it or whatever, but you know, considering that I've sunk quite a lot of hours into it, I'm not sort of thinking, oh, I'm bored, or there's just so much to do all the time.
Well, you talk about so much to do. They've actually came out and actually given us this month's month 1 activities, which is going to be coming out on Destiny 2. So we're currently in week 2 now of it. And this week we've had the Nightfall, the Inverted Spire, with Momentum and Time Warp rings.
Yeah.
Flashpoint Nessus. That's the plan. That was what I was thinking of. Nessus. Something earlier. Which I think you've got to do so many public. That's another thing. The public events.
Yeah.
They've done such a great idea of actually letting them be shown up on the map as well.
Yeah.
Because it's less of a surprise. Like you're trying to do something and think, oh shit, there's a public event landing on us. We're trying to get this done. While now you're looking, well, you know there's going to be a public event here. And plus it's also got a timer as well this time. Where it's saying, right, it's going to be 3 or 4 minutes. Something's going to happen.
And I think this time around you get a lot more distracted by them. I know they're not random. Like, they don't disappear, but you're like, flies like, oh, look, there's a public event going to start. Let's see how long away it is. And even if you go there and you're like still 4 minutes away, you think, I'll just stick about. Let's just do it.
Other things that have come out this week, Trials of the Nine. What is Trials of the Nine?
I don't know. Is that Trials of Osiris? Who's ringing my own phone this time?
Well, it's saying Trials of the Nine Countdown on Eternity. So I have no idea what that is. I'll have to look into that one. Of course, Leviathan Raid launched today, September the 13th. Nightfall Guided Games Beta was available yesterday. So that is supposed to be that you can actually... people can guide you through the game or something. You're supposed to get something for doing that.
Right.
That's what I understand from that. And of course, Xur returns September the 15th. Don't know who Xur is? He's got a lot of good stuff for you.
Yeah. I wonder what he's going to spend this time though, because you don't get strange coins.
Yeah.
I reckon you're going to have to use legendary shards to buy stuff off him this time.
Just to go through the rest of the week 3 and week 4. So Nightfall for week 3 is Exodus Crash with attrition and time warp anomalies.
Oh, God.
Flashpoint is going to be on Aya. And the Trials of the Nine is going to be Countdown on Altar of Flame. Week 4 will be Nightfall, the Pyramidion with Torrent and Time Warp 0 Hour. Flashpoint is going to be on Titan. The Trials of the Nine Survival on Emperor's Respite. Leviathan Raid's Guided Games Beta will be available for September the 26th, and Faction Rally begins on September the 26th as well.
I think Trials of the Nine is Trials of Osiris. That used to be a weekly event.
So what is Trials of Osiris? I don't even know what that is.
It's like a 3v3, and you've got to go through it and try and win as many games in a row as you can. If you win 9 in a row, you get to go to what they call the Pyramid. Well, what was called the Lighthouse, sorry, on the first one,
No,
and you were guaranteed decent loot out of it, basically.
Okay. Well, the thing is, we seem to be more focused on these kind of things for a reason that clans seem to be really focused on Destiny 2 this time around as well. So, if people don't know, we've got our clan, Crave the Game. We are just shy off level 3. which we're more than likely going to be getting it next week because you've got a cap of 100,000 points that you can get for your clan level, and then everyone else can do 5,000 on their own, which means nothing once you've reached the maximum of the clan level, I've noticed.
Yeah, we hit 100,000 on the first day that the clan was set up.
I'm surprised we haven't done the Nightfall and the what's it called? The Crucible already, because that's what we did last week. They seem to have been done already when I joined the clan, and then I'm surprised. Well, it refreshes every Tuesday, it seems, as well. The points that you can gain. So I'm looking forward to us getting to level 3 on that, hopefully soon. And of course, Nightfall and the Crucible hopefully will be done soon, where you get given a legendary engram for each of those being completed, and also you get a legendary engram for the raid being completed by your clan, and the Trials of the Nine also being completed by your clan. And I think they've got to at least have 2 people from the same clan on the same team to do these. So, for example, like Tattastic said, he's already done the Nightfall for this week, but it wouldn't count because he was the only CTG member there that did it. So if it was like me, like both you two went and did it, then it would count.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, with us, more than likely it'll be done sooner rather than later at this stage, which is nice to see. I think the game is definitely improved. It's made me want to get the expansion, and it's not spoiling too much about the actual story. Certain things that happen near the end of that has made me think: is it going to be happening in the expansion, or will it happen in year 2?
Yeah.
Where other people are saying, "Oh, it could be for Destiny 3." No. They will not tease something like that this early on.
I think them time warps and the Nightfall look like they're going to be a constant thing.
Yes, they do,
and it makes it a lot more tense.
Yeah. So, like I said, with the inverted spires, it's got the time warp, and momentum, and I think what they said with that one is what we've noticed is given 11 minutes for you to try and complete it.
Yeah, well, on the first one it was 11 minutes, but you got more time added per kill you got.
Right.
But it was like 2 seconds, 7 seconds, and then this one is a lot easier because when you hit a part where the time warp rings are, jumping through a ring will give you an extra 30 seconds, but there's about seven rings as you get to the beginning of a new section. Yeah, there's about you jump through one, and you've got so many seconds before they disappear, and you just got to try and jump through them all. And you can add like a 2.5 minutes on something like that easily. So this one was a lot easier this time than last week.
So one more question about Destiny, and then also ask if you guys got anything else you want to add to it. So what we've played so far, I've got a feeling this is most of the stuff that we're going to be getting in this game before the expansion comes out. What would you like to see also added into the game? Maybe something that was in the original Destiny, would like to see moved over. Is there anything that you feel like is still missing from this game for yourselves?
Not from my point of view. I think they've added more. Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything that they could really add as such. I think if they put anything else in, you kind of go from one extreme to the other. I think the first one didn't have enough content. I think this one
got too much.
No. I think it's got the right amount, but I think if they start to like plow even more kind of features or different modes, whatever, into it, I think it would just be overkill. I think maybe add a new class, maybe in DLC or something. But I genuinely think that they've got it right this time.
Well,
I think there's one thing I know will come back, and I can't wait for it to come back. Iron Banner.
Yeah. That's a given, isn't it? At this stage,
that'll come back, but I just can't wait for it to come back.
One more thing I want to add to this as well. There has been confirmation about the first DLC for Destiny 2. It's called Curse of Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
So what we understand from the description, it's going to be taking place on Mercury.
It's going to be a new planet, isn't it?
Yeah. The DLC will add a new zone called the Infinite Forest, which is presumably where the patrol will be. The new Mercury destination will come with new adventures, new story missions, journey through time and space to learn the secrets of Osiris, avert a dark future, and rebuild the ties between the legendary Warlock and his great student, Ikora Ray. The story description reads. So, in addition, expect usual assortment of new weapons and gears. Finally, the description mentions new cooperative activities as well, and new multiplayer maps. But the page does not reveal a release date. But it's going by reports, it should be here by December, which I think is plenty of time.
Soon.
Do you think it's too soon?
That's a bit too soon. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you gotta think it this way: when you're going for the Nightfalls, it depends on how many strikes there actually is. I think we wasn't actually given a number of how many strikes there is in Destiny 2 at the moment, because I know that there's multiple per planet, because I know I've been on 2 for I forgot where the place is called. Not Io, not.
Nessus, Titan.
That's it, Nessus. Thank you. Yes, I know. I've had 2 on Nessus so far, and 2 completely different ones as well.
Yeah.
So I do expect there's going to be more that we do not know of at this stage, but I feel like by December people will be thinking, well, I want to go and mess on a new planet now, and I think that's what this will bring. I'm just hoping that there is a lot in here compared to the expansions that came out for the original Destiny, the first and second one. They were a bit of a letdown, weren't they?
I don't think there will be, because I think they're going to release this one December, and they're going to have to release the next one before year 2 in September next year.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to bring the next one out in March, April time.
Yeah. And then, of course, year 2 will begin in September.
Yeah.
Which will be a huge story again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, anything else you wanted to add about Destiny 2 before we move away from this?
Maybe, I don't know, I suppose it's going to be the Fallen if it's Osiris, but maybe when one of these new expansions bring a new enemy into it.
Yeah.
Because the last enemy they did was a Taken, and I thought it's a bit of a cop out. It's just the same enemies, but flashy.
I don't. It's difficult to spoil what is going to happen, but all I can say is the thing at the end. I'm feeling there might be. But like I said, that's all we can say without spoiling anything. We do recommend go and play Destiny 2. Go and play the story at least. It is one of the better stories, especially if you're a fan of the Halo series, especially Bungie's Halo series. This does feel like that again. We do recommend go and play it.
And the dance moves are amazing.
Oh, the dance moves and the dying one. I like the when I die.
I would say me and Wotsit have probably spent about an hour game time just dancing.
Who hasn't?
I think it's probably been more than that, but shh.
I think I've spent about an hour trying to find the not dark spot, lost sectors. Just looking around, thinking I want to find these things. They're onto my map. I will find them.
Your map?
Yeah, on my map. Even when it shows it on there, I'm still looking around thinking, where the hell is this? It's over. Oh no, it must not be because I've already gone halfway across the map, while the point is all the way over here. Thinking, I must have missed it then. But
so normally our little weird cave you have to go into.
Yeah, they're little secret caves which have got special loot inside it. That if you defeat, it's got what we class as a yellow boss. Which can be from any of the other factions. So it could be a Vex, it could be a Taken, it could be a Fallen, it could be a Cabal, or which is basically the Red Legion. Yeah. But that's. I've been having fun with that. So yeah. So should we move away from this? Move on to talking a little bit about some of the news stories, I would say. We've got plenty of time to talk about the news this week, which hopefully isn't... Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Fortnite. So, we mentioned hello G Lassory. So talk about Fortnite. We've just not long had an update on it, but we want to talk about the next update that's coming later this month, which is going to be bringing a PvP 100-player battle royale. Just saying, sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Where does that ring a bell?
Yes. So, so they're going to be doing a what they've called a battle royale, simple enough, where you will be taking on each other. Last person surviving wins. It's basically it's player unknown battleground. Basically, Epic's looked at it and thought, you know what, we're going to do it first before this game is even released. Which I'm not surprised. If you was a game developer, you would do that. You would try and influence it into your game. It's simple enough because it's shown that it's had so much success with Player Unknown Battleground.
Yeah.
So you both have played Fortnite.
Yeah.
You haven't played Fortnite yet, Tattastic. You want to play Fortnite, don't you?
Don't know.
You don't know. So
my life's been taken now.
Thanks to Destiny. What?
To dancing. That's it.
To dancing.
And romancing.
Okay. So, what's it? What do you think of this whole thing? It's going to be having a basically Player Unknown in Fortnite.
I like the sound of it, to be honest. I mean, I like the game in general.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a little while, admittedly, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to do it any harm. I think it's one of those games that, you know, you've got the base mode, you've got to protect your whatever and build your base and all that sort of stuff. And I think it is one game that could do with something a little bit different to take it away from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it could be pretty good, to be honest. I think it could do it justice, maybe, if it's done properly and it doesn't turn into a massive lag fest. And I think it would be good. I'd like to see what it's like anyway.
Well, I think this is the best way to explain it. It's what happens when you combine PUBG and Minecraft. Because the building aspect is still going to be part of this. They're not getting rid of that. Also, eventually I stopped taking control of my game server. I want to watch the broadcast for a while. It's about 1 a.m. here. Nothing to do but Twitch broadcast. Yay. But yeah, it's like we said, it's going to be 100 players, PvP, huge map, weapons to find, and of course the last man standing wins.
That just makes it think though that's going to be one hell of a long game.
But then again, it's the same aspects with Player Unknown. That is 100 players, last person standing. You find weapons, last person standing wins.
To be fair, I'd lost about 2 minutes on that game every time I played it, so I suppose I'd never be the last.
No offense, Wotsit? Anyway. I'm not going to be teaming up with you if that happens.
I wouldn't team up with me.
I wouldn't team up with me either.
I wouldn't either.
We've seen what we're like on Siege. We don't need this. I'm terrible at the game. So we understand that it will be available September the 23rd. I think it's going public. I feel like, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're more likely going to have a go of it when it comes to the actual thing. When it comes out, we'll probably be doing a video of it because we're not going to miss an opportunity to do a video of that. More Fortnite. Let's see if it will. It's either going to make more people want to play Player Unknown, which, be honest, that's just steamrolling over everything at the moment on Steam.
Yeah. And you got to remember it's coming to consoles as well.
It is coming to consoles. It's coming to Xbox soon, later this year. They've said they've not given an actual date for it still. Yeah, so the public test for the new Fortnite has already launched as well. So anyone who's got a part of the public test thing can go and play the Battle Royale now. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun with it. Simples. Trying to convince myself. We've been told that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct today as well. For what's new coming out on the 3DS and Switch. So unfortunately,
they've announced today that the mobile app's now online for your online chat.
Ooh. Wow, so you've basically got Discord. Well done, Switch. I don't understand that. They've done so well so far with the Switch, haven't they? They've brought games that people have been wanting. It's a great system that they're still trying to convince themselves is not a handheld. They're the only people who don't think it's a handheld is Nintendo. And then they come out and do this for their chat. It feels like they should have looked at things like Microsoft and PlayStation and Sony here. Even Steam. Steam's got a better chat. It's just, I don't know. It is so annoying that they're trying to make you use a middleman just so that you can chat with people. But at the same time, if you don't want griefing people on chat, this is a great way of doing it. Well done, Nintendo. You've sorted out that problem.
They're trying to catch up, though, aren't they? With
But this catching up and things that we would have already done anyway. It's like, what's it called? Even if they decide, I feel like they should have just said, we're not going to be having party chat in this. I think a lot of people would have been happier than them saying, oh, you can do party chat, but it's going to be on an app.
On an app on your mobile.
The thing is, then we would have said, oh, that's all right. We'll use Discord instead then. We'll do our voice chat.
But then I suppose they've done it because
they feel like they've got to have something there.
Who doesn't have their phones glued to them a lot of the time? Yeah. So they've probably thought, well, if we target the app market, that's going to be, it's huge.
Yeah, but there's ways of target. There's ways that they can target the app market and then put in their whole party chat on there. The thing is, it's a good idea if it was an option, but it's not. They've basically said, no, everything you've got to do, if you want to go into a party chat with your friends, you've got to do it through your phone. And then I've also been told it's a really awkward way to actually do it, to work the app on your phone as well, to do party chat. Which is, I don't, like we said, Nintendo, it feels like they are so far behind half the time. And so far this year, we've been praising what they've done with the Switch. It feels like, oh wow, they've actually got themselves back into the picture again. Yeah. And then they do something like this. And I know we've known about this for a long time now. We knew this was going to be coming out like this. It's just that you would have thought someone there would have said, no. Yeah. Let's try and do something. It's not like they can't update the Switch. They can update the Switch.
Yeah.
It's just, or even at the same time, if you wanted to put a what's it called, a microphone into the Switch, you've got the bloody Joy-Cons. Do something with that. It's like if you want to add a bloody camera into it, make a Joy-Con with a camera in it. These things can slide off and slide back on. It's not like you've got to redesign your whole console.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
But, I don't know, it's just really irritated me with this. Even though I probably wasn't going to be using party chat with the Switch, I don't expect to be playing that many party games, not that many games multiplayer-wise on a Switch. If anything, if I've got one, it would be for the single-player games that I've been looking forward to. But I think it's just annoying. There we go. I'm the man of early access games on Steam. I'm doing my best for them translating them into English, running servers, coding plugins, building communities, translating dev blogs into my language. I'm happy to find you, actually. Oh, thanks. I think. But, no, well, like I said, I'm just going back with early access. I'm not saying early access is a bad thing. I like early access. It does give a great idea for developers to try and get the money for those games. It's just find it annoying when games get stuck in early access. We've seen it so often now. But like I said, it's a great way for them to make money to add to it. It's just that there's been some good points, like we said, Ark and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, where they've come out to it, and then there's been the bad side of it, like DayZ, and I hate to say this, still Star Citizen. I know that's two. It was just stating a fact with that one.
So you didn't really call it a name.
Yeah, like Rust. My friend got married and had a baby. Rust is early access still. Yeah, I was born while Rust was still in early access. Look at me now. No, I don't think. No offense to Rust, I don't think that's coming out of early access. I don't think it'll be in its good judgment to be coming out of early access. I've had some of those games in early access. That's the point. It would be better for them not to come out of it, even though it annoys a lot of people. But yeah. So Nintendo Direct, like I said, it's 11 p.m. here in the UK when it's going to be starting. There has been some rumours that they are going to be announcing maybe a couple of games that are already out onto the Switch. So my question here is, what games would you like to see come out on the Switch which are already out?
Out on the Switch that are already out?
On Xbox or PlayStation or PC.
Oh.
Not that's already out on the Switch.
No,
because they were already out,
I didn't know whether you meant already out, like in the idea of Wii or...
No, yeah, even that would be, even on the Wii or older games would you like to see come out?
Well, the Wii U, sorry.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a remastered Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay, well, they've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out soon, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is technically not the second game.
Yeah, it's the second game, yeah.
I've started to learn JRPGs. They don't go by the rules of the numerical system. I should have learned that from Final Fantasy. They say they're on 15. They're not on 15. There was free on 13, I've learned. All of them not that good. I feel like, Wotsit, did you like 13? Yeah? No. Now, 13 was okay. It was just too long at the stages. That's what everyone's problem with it was.
Could have been Final Fantasy 12, or was it 13? 13 was Lightning, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 13 was Lightning. 12 was the one with, was it Vaughn?
Yeah, they've just remastered it, haven't they?
Yeah, Zodiac Age.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with 13, I did the 25 hours of walking in a straight line and pressing X. Well, walking through the corridors and pressing X. And then when I got out in the open world, I was like, yes, turned it off. I'll go back on that tomorrow. I'm in the open world. Turned it on. It was like, save files corrupt. I was like,
oh!
Nope, I'm killing you. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again.
Here are some of the things that they were expecting to be announced, by the way, before I ask you what you would like to say. So Super Mario Odyssey, well, that was a given. That's supposed to be coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be EGX as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's one stage I'm looking forward to, is the Nintendo stage again. Because I do actually want to have a go of the Switch. I've not had a go of it yet.
I'll be playing mine on the bus down.
I want to buy one when I'm there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know my feeling. If I can get one, that's it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they're expecting to be talked about as well. Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and Bowser's Minions, which is you know what? I really do enjoy the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It's basically the RPG nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
I'm not surprised.
LA Noire, which we didn't actually talk about. They announced that there's going to be 4 new versions of LA Noire coming out.
Yeah, I love that game.
And the Switch one's going to be £10 or $10 more expensive than all the other ones.
Yeah, because it's going to be on a cartridge that no one else uses.
Yep.
Yeah. So the systems that are going to be coming out are PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and VR. They've classed it as.
Yeah, so, HTC. It's only been added down to the Vive at the moment.
But they expect it to be on.
Expect it to be on PlayStation VR, and Oculus. Expect it on all of them.
Yeah. So expect that. Which look, I'm happy that LA Noire is coming out. I feel it was one of those underrated games when it first came out, and especially it was beautifully graphic. It was using facial recognition as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the stage where you would actually see facial recognition that you would see in movies. It was being used, and I think it would be nice to see it being moved up for, especially the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Which, when it comes to graphic designs, Rockstar is definitely one of those, and LA Noire is one of those that really did peak for it.
Yeah.
Also, other games, Kirby and Yoshi games, which were announced for the Switch E3 with working titles. We may learn a bit more about those ones. And Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad DLC, which we'll probably hear more about. What about you, Wotsit? What would you like to see probably come to the Switch? What would you like to see come? Stardew Valley's already been announced. Do not say that.
See, Nintendo's kind of my kind of back burner. I don't sort of dive a lot into it. But when I had the Wii U, I had that Zombie U. Now, I know, like,
Zombie now.
Bring it on to... Yeah, is it?
Yeah, Zombie is Zombie U, yeah. So, I think, didn't Ryan play it or something like that on one of the Nights of Horrors?
Yeah,
I got freaked out on the zombies, man.
So,
I am eating a toffee.
I think that was a really underrated game, and I think, given how popular the Switch seems to have been, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea to try and release it on the Switch. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
I wouldn't mind seeing it come out on the Switch as well. I think, like I said, I think it was one of those games which it came out on the Wii U. It was loved. It was one of those things that did sell the Wii U when it was first launched as well. To a point that they ended up moving it over to the PS4. Was it the PS4? Yeah, it was the PS4 and the Xbox One. To a point because it was so popular, they wanted it to be branched out a bit more. But I would like to see it come over to Switch. Who doesn't want to play a zombie game while on the move?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, anything zombies, I'm pretty much there.
Tell you what I'd like to see. It wasn't out on any of the current consoles. It was a Sega exclusive. I would love to see Capcom put together another Power Stone from the Dreamcast for the Switch. Another Power Stone, I'd love it.
So guys, keep talking. I just realised I shouldn't have bet much. I couldn't help it. They were sitting on the side just there. And I like Tafifis. I don't usually get them. They just started coming back out again in the UK. Because it's usually a Christmas sweet. It's delicious.
Power Stone.
Power Stone. Sorry.
I used to absolutely love them games.
You know what I would like to see? And I know I'm already going to get backlash from other people in CTG for this. Bayonetta 3. I want to see that announced. I want to see that. I want that. They've been Platinum Games have been teasing it for the past couple of weeks, and if they're doing it, it did make me buy a Wii U. Bayonetta 2 did, but Smash Bros pretty much pushed me over the edge to get it.
Yeah.
It might do the same with me for this. Well, I want the Switch anyway, I don't need to be pushed to want the Switch.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be one of those games that I do get. But
talking of games that you want released, like not necessarily for Switch, but Shenmue. Talking of like old school consoles and stuff. Did you guys ever play Shenmue?
Yeah.
Oh,
played it on the Dreamcast, the first one.
I'm going to be honest. The first time I actually heard of it when they did the Kickstarter for the third one.
The Kickstarter, really?
Yeah.
It was one of those games that was just fantastic. And the Dreamcast, I think the Dreamcast, I just saw, was it turned 18 years old or something ridiculous?
Oh, it's able to drink.
One of my mates, because I was in senior school when the Dreamcast came out.
Yeah.
So I got hold of, I pre-ordered one from Gameplay, which used to be an online shop.
Okay.
Pre-ordered one 2 weeks before it came out. A guy who was in my tutor group had pre-ordered one as soon as the pre-orders come available. Man came on day of release and just didn't. He got an email apologising saying it will be another week, and I got mad. I was like, I pre-ordered mine 2 weeks before it came out.
The thing with that Dreamcast. Sorry, we're completely detracting now.
No, go do it. I'd like when you do this.
And I just liked having the little like Tamagotchi type.
That's what I was going to say.
On the memory card, yeah.
That was the greatest thing they actually made on that, was that you had a little Tamagotchi game on the actual memory card. Okay, yeah, it made the memory cards highly expensive, but it was worth it for the bloody little thing on the screen.
It was amazing.
It was ahead of its time, the Dreamcast.
It really was. And like because it was the first, correct me if I'm wrong, was it one of the first consoles that actually introduced having the internet? Now, when I say the internet,
yes, it did.
The web browser would take about 50 hours just to...
Yeah, good old dial-up internet.
What was it? It was the Sega channel or something like that, which it failed.
But no, my brother bought it, and he bought it on release, and it was just amazing.
All these kids sat there today playing the likes of Call of Duty, complaining the lagging because the internet's 20 meg. Try and play someone on Sega Rally on a 56k modem.
Oh, fucking hell. Half of them probably don't even know what a modem is, mate. Half of them probably don't even know what a Dreamcast is. They're saying, Sega, isn't that the one that does that weird Blues Hedgehog game? You know, the one which nobody likes.
Oh yeah, you know. That one there, yeah.
I heard Billy screaming at me already for saying that.
But no, Shenmue was one of the games that I just remember my brother playing, and I'd just sit and watch for hours whilst he was playing it, because you know, it was just so
a lot of quick time events as well.
Yeah, a lot of QTEs, but a lot of relaxing, pottering around, like wandering around sort of stuff. Yeah. It was really, really good. Really, really good.
My most played game on that was House of the Dead 2 with a light gun.
House of the Dead, amazing. Yeah.
I'd like to point out I never had a Dreamcast.
You missed out.
No, I didn't really miss out. I had a PlayStation instead.
The worst thing Sega did with the Dreamcast was not put any sort of protection on it, so you could just burn a game onto a disc and play it, and there wasn't no booting need or anything. You just put the disc in and it play the game.
Well, the thing is that's what killed Sega's consoles market in the end. Was because of that. It was a great system. It's just that it got easily pirated. The games did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because they did absolutely nothing to stop it. That's why it was so easy.
No.
But,
great console.
So this is a stupid question because I've already got an idea. You guys looking forward to Shenmue 3?
Yes. Yeah. That is without a doubt. I would play a game. I would play hands down. But at the same time, I would hope that, because little gaming memories and all that crap. But you know, like, it's one of those games that I just remember and I can still picture like certain parts of it. And I'm hoping that with it being released, that it wouldn't modernise it too much. I don't know. I kind of would hope that it would keep the original
I don't think it will be
feeling to
modernised
it.
too much. I've got a feeling because it's the original director of the game who's going to be making this as well, isn't it? I've got a feeling it's going to be sticking to the actual story itself.
Yeah.
Because one thing, Sony has backed behind it, haven't they? Sony are really good at that, the way they do these kind of things, where if they know that this is what people want, they'll say, no, you know what, we'll step back, do what you're going to do, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Especially after what happened with No Man's Sky, I think they've done this a lot more nowadays, where they've kind of just stepped back, go and do what you want. And I think a couple of examples where they've done it, the Crash Bandicoot game is a good example of it.
Yeah.
They've said, look, Activision, can you make this for us? You can go and put him in your little Skylanders game if you want to. Just don't make him, oh, you've made him talk. Oh, shoot, that was a terrible accent you gave him. Oh, well, still, can you go and make these Crash Bandicoot games? And they kind of just left said, here's all the bits and pieces. Activision's gone away and said, well, we're going to try and keep it as much to possible of the original games. And they did. And, well, we've been talking about it for the past month or two, how well it's been doing in the UK charts at least, which is a good example of how well the game has done globally. It's been a huge hit to a point that we've now been hearing more rumours about Spyro being remastered, more rumours of a new Crash Bandicoot following the same path of the originals being made.
Yeah.
And a revitalisation to the platform genre as well.
I think it would just be nice to have games that, like, we grew up with coming back.
Especially with people who've got families. Because now it's like, I'm guessing when James is old enough, you put him in front of these games that you played, especially them being remastered.
Oh, definitely.
This is what we played. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really nostalgic and very sort of, because a lot of the games back then, a lot of them were more family orientated in respect that, there was no gore and stuff like that, which, I have no issue with. But obviously I wouldn't want him to grow up and play games like that.
Yeah. I was about to make a joke. You got, what's it? She'll show him Shenmue 3. Matt will show him Call of Duty.
Yeah. But, playing things like that I grew up with. Mario Kart for me was a game that I grew up with. So if that is something that in 5-10 years I can go, right, let's sit down, we're going to play this, and he'll probably be like, what the hell are you doing, Mum? What is this? But
you're supposed to put it on your head. It's called VR.
But it would be nice to have, Spyro and all that sort of stuff coming back. And, and there is a market for it now. to what it is as well. Yeah. Gaming going back to what it is or should be.
It's nice because at the same time, I think, going back with Crash Bandicoot, it has proven that it's not just a nostalgia factor that is selling these games. People do want these games full stop now. And it is... it could be that the parents are buying it for them, but I think at the same time, it also shows how challenging those games were back then. And people are picking up thinking, I do want a challenge here. Even though they've added things like the save system in there, sort of like a checkpoint, an auto-save system has been added into it as well. It doesn't matter that much. The game has still got that difficulty there.
And they were simple, though. They were, when I say simple... There wasn't loads.
It wasn't all about graphics or the story.
No, it was about the kind of adventure, the enjoyment, the whole package.
Yeah.
Not raging at people down a microphone, because obviously that didn't even exist.
It's not all about the online.
It's not at all. I think couch co-op games and stuff. Bring them back. Bring games back.
Wait.
Oh, you're talking about thingy with GD couch co-op.
Couch co-op. That's a touchy subject with me, and it's a touchy subject.
But not like games that we used to play, there was nothing wrong with bringing those back as a couch co-op because why not? Why not have 4 players?
No. Right, I'm going to say this now. Still have couch co-op. I do want couch co-op, but please give us an option to play online. Because this is one thing that I do feel like if you are going one point in a game to modernize it, I feel like you do have to, if it has got a co-op thing to it, if you can make it online co-op, then it's a brilliant thing. Because nowadays, people aren't just friends with the person down the street or friends with someone that they're at school with. It's like, well, we're a great example of this. People are friends with people online. And there are people out there that do want to play these games together. But I've seen this so many times, especially indie games. There's certain games like Towerfall Ascension is a good example still to this day.
Overcooked.
Overcooked is another one as well.
That'd be absolutely amazing. Like if you could play it over online.
But we can't because it's couch co-op, and we do want to play these games online. And we've been trying to find a way to play these games online, and we have not found a way.
I guess I was more referring to like from a family perspective.
Yeah,
if you want your child to play a game or whatever, fine. I would prefer it to be a couch co-op because you're there playing the game as a family.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them to then have that option of going online and turning into one of these annoying little brats that or having to be on the end of that kind of abuse that people seem to give out online.
But just
they can.
Just think it from my perspective as well. I want to play Overcooked online.
Yeah, definitely. I think there should be an option.
Yes.
But I think it should be dependent on the game itself.
Yeah.
Not every game, obviously, is online. Not every game should be online.
Most should be. There's certain ones, again, that should be.
Yeah, definitely. I do think so.
I'm looking at you, Towerfall Ascension. I'm looking at you. You teased us at EGX Res. We played it. We enjoyed it. Got home. Turned out it was a couch co-op. I don't care. Okay, it was a free game on PlayStation Plus. We shouldn't really complain about that. But still. I want to beat Hanksy with an arrow. Sorry, where was we?
No, there should be the option, but I do think it should be very much dependent on the game itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
As you said, Overcooked. I agree. That game, I know so many people that have it and that really like playing it, but they're like, "What the hell? Why can't I just team up?" There are other games that I think wouldn't necessarily suit being online and would be more suitable for couch co-op. It's just hit and miss.
Anyway, I don't even know how we got onto the subject.
That prison game going to be.
Well, a long way round to it.
Yeah, because I.
It was about the Shenmue.
Shenmue.
We started on what games would you like to come to the Switch.
Well,
end up like this.
Shenmue 3. We want to see that come to the Switch. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
And Bayonetta 3 DLC.
Oh, I got another question for you then. Right, you were saying about couch co-op, so I've got to get this out now. So that new prison game that's coming out, where you have to play it co-op, and it's only... Now, that game, I can see why you can't play that online, but at the same time, I'd be like...
Well, they've actually said that this is going to be couch and online. I know which game you're on about. The one that was announced, was it
The
EA?
Two Brothers,
Yeah,
they've actually said that it is going to have online as well as couch, which I can see actually working really well anyway. The thing is, as long as you both people are going to be getting the same screen, which I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it is one of those kind of games where I agree it would work better as a couch co-op anyway. But
did you just say that?
But this is the thing with me. I'm not fully against couch co-op gaming. It's just that I feel like there should, like you said, there should be the option. There's certain games that have done that, especially games that are focused on co-op or competitive gaming, where they then just come out and say, oh, it's going to be a couch co-op game. That's where it kind of grates me a bit.
Has he froze?
Have I frozen? Am I back again?
You're back now.
You're back.
Yeah. Like I said, when the games like that have got just co-op or competitive gaming, and nothing else, no single player or stuff like that. Like I said with Towerfall Ascension, and Overcooked is another good example of it. I know there's a single player of Overcooked, but it's more fun when you're playing with someone else, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they don't have the online option for it. That's when it does get on my nerves.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be both options there, or online only option there. Not just couch co-op on its own. Sometimes, I think that's where it can really put me off a game, and it has put me off a game so many times. Where I'm really thinking, because you gotta look at it from my point of view, and I look at it thinking, which as Crave Your Game itself, we do this quite often. We look around for games that we think will be great for a video, most of the time, and we look at it and think, no, this is going to be great. And then it turns out it's a couch co-op, and feel like I wish it wasn't, because this would be great for us to do.
Yeah.
And because we would have a lot of fun with it, we can portray it into a video, but we can't do it.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got the option to do that. And that's where my stand comes with co-op gaming, co-op and multiplayer gaming in general.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I'm not completely against couch co-op. I think it should be an addition. Not just a single option.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a quick look at other things that we've got in the news here. So, we mentioned... you mentioned to me earlier, which we've got here, Last of Us and Uncharted 4 co-director Bruce Straley has departed Naughty Dog. So he worked on, like I said, Last of Us and Uncharted 4. He was with Naughty Dog for 18 years.
Wow.
He
said he just needs a break, and he's not gone anywhere else. He's just said.
Well, he has said this has been the hardest decision of my career. Naughty Dog is home. The kennel is family. I've learned and grown so much from working with this incredible team. But after heading up 3 extremely demanding projects and taking some extended time away from the office, I found my energy focusing in other directions, and I slowly realised this was a signal that it's time to move on. So, especially when we've got Last of Us Part 2, which has been announced, and it was revealed by Sony that Strelly wouldn't return as co-director alongside Neil Druckmann for this one. I think it was pretty much obvious this was the way it was going to go, unfortunately. It's sad that it happens. We've seen it so many times now, where huge central figures in these games that we've enjoyed, and it's nice to see that we are starting to see this with gaming as well, where we are now starting to recognise these people for what games they've done, and not just recognise the games themselves.
But also, they are people.
Yeah.
We only look at it from the game, and you sometimes forget the people that are working, busting their backsides off in the background. And it's not, to be in a company for like 18 years, like saying, 3 demanding projects. I mean, you can just imagine the stress levels must be immense.
The thing is, I like I said, my university background. I did game design itself. So I have a little bit of an idea of how this can go, how demanding it can be just at a university level. And I've got friends who are actually in the industry themselves, and I know how it can affect them with this. It is such a demanding area, which, compared to any other entertainment that's out there, it's like, for example, like in film, half the time we do a film and then they have so many months off. With gaming, on the other hand, they don't have that couple of months off. They'll make the game, and then it'll be, if it's a AAA game, we've now got to start working on the DLC for this game. or we've now got, if it's an online game, they've got to start working out the bugs and make sure that the servers are working. Which half the time most of the time nowadays, it's, oh, this is a problem, we need to balance it out here. They're basically, their way of testing the game now is pushing the game out for people to play. And it is a demanding area, and especially after 18 years, especially for a studio like Naughty Dog, which do brilliant games, and we never hear anything bad about Naughty Dog themselves. They seem like a very friendly studio. And like I said, it's worked on 3 extremely big games so far, Last of Us, and 2 of the Uncharted titles as well.
Yeah.
It is understanding that you will get tired, especially in the position that he is in. So, all I can say is for Bruce Straley, hopefully we'll see him in another area, even if it's just indie. Well, I think a lot of people would like to see more of the stuff that he will work on in future. Even if he doesn't, and he decides to go in a different area of media, or just decides to just step back completely. All we can say is thank you for him working on some of the big games. He was started as a texture artist for Crash Team Racing, which
Jesus.
That's in 1999. That is, and so you can see how far he has actually gone with Naughty Dog themselves. I think Crash Team Racing, a lot of people have fond memories of that game as well.
Yep.
It was I think the closest thing to a competition to Mario Kart.
Yep.
Sonic tried.
Sonic tried.
But that's we'll see what happens with him in future. We've got, like I said, EGX news. We've got to talk about this. All 3 of us are going to EGX now, aren't we? I think it is.
We are indeed.
Yes. Which will all be on Saturday. With Tattastic, you're there Thursday, Friday, and Sunday as well. I'm there for the Saturday and Sunday. I think Ryan's there Saturday, Sunday as well. And Wotsit, you're there for the Saturday only, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see us and you want to say hi, then come say hi. That's what we say.
We'll be busting some Destiny moves on the around.
They
the place.
will be busting some Destiny moves. I would not be involved with that.
You will.
I'll be forced again.
See how many people can get dancing.
What we're going to do, we're just going to stop in the middle of EGX and
do my robot dance.
Just start doing a Destiny dance and see how many people walk over and join in.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Oh,
and I'm going to record it all.
Anyway, so it'll go with EGX. Oh, God. Oh, you're going to put it up on the YouTube channel. I've given you the details now. I just realised what I've done. Anyway, so like I said, it takes place next weekend. The Xbox One X we already knew was going to be there for us to have a go of, because that launches in November 7th. Of course, it's going to be there. So Assassin's Creed Origins is going to be there, of course. Far Cry 5 is there. Woohoo! Thanks, phone. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is going to be there as well, we've been told. I'm trying to look through here. And also, like last time, there is going to be esports there. This time it's going to be Rainbow Six Siege, which is going to be the main focus of the esports for that.
I thought it was... They're doing Overwatch as well, aren't they?
They are doing Overwatch as well, but the main focus will be the... with partnership with the ESL as well. They'll be holding the Rainbow Six UK Invitationals on Friday, September the 22nd. There. Wow. Which has it will feature both the semi-finals and the final stage of the competition, during which 4 teams from the Go4 UK Xbox One finals will go head-to-head for a chance to take home £4,250 in prize pool.
Nice.
So, I'm looking forward to it. There was a couple more games. I think Rabbids... Mario and Rabbids is going to be there as well. Which, that game has really taken off. A lot of people are really loving that game.
Yeah.
To a point, they're actually loving Rabbids because of this game. Well done, Ubisoft. How do you make your most annoying character popular? Turn it into a tactical RPG. This seems with Mario.
Yeah.
How do you make Mario seem a little bit hardcore? Give him a gun. But yeah, we're definitely going to look forward to it. I want to see. There's certain things I do want to see there, and I get to finally play with the PlayStation VR. I have got my appointment. I'm happy. I don't think there's anything else we've got to say here. You got anything you guys want to mention before we say not say goodbye, but the other bits?
No.
All is good.
Oh, Okami HD has been announced as well.
Oh yeah, 12th of December, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming out PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And FIFA 18 demo is now available as well.
Yeah, I played that.
I want to play it, but I might wait into the trial and play it then.
Romelu Lukaku was an absolute beast on it.
Wait, what is the actual teams that are available in it for? What English teams are available for it this time around?
Man United and Chelsea, I think.
Why is it
Liverpool are on PES because they've got an agreement with PES.
I don't give a damn about PES. I want FIFA.
Yeah, no, Liverpool are on PES.
I'm allowed to say, you know what? I don't give a damn about PES. I'm going to say that because everyone already knows I don't like Konami. And I'm not turning back from it. Screw you, PES. I wasn't even on PES's side at one point, to be honest. I've always been FIFA. But, yeah. Oh, and of course, Sims 4 on PC.
Yay!
By the way, I had to look into this. EA Access. If you have got EA Access on the Xbox, Sims 4 is part of the 10-hour trial. When it comes out. So you can play 10 hours for free of The Sims 4 on the Xbox when it comes out.
Oh, I need a lot more than 10 hours on that game.
Oh, I wonder if I might be able to do Meet the Cravers on console version.
Yeah.
So,
Easy.
We'll see what we can do with it. I've got a feeling I'll end up buying the game just because I've run out of time making the characters. But, yeah, so that is pretty much in the news. Let's go to the UK charts. So what... Alright, I'm going to say this now. I've not looked at it at all.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances we already know what number one is?
Yeah, big chance.
Big chance. Would you be surprised if that thing does not come from number one?
Yeah.
Here we go. So, UK charts for this week. Destiny 2 sweeps it in at number one, becoming the biggest launch of the year so far. It's again! It was released on Wednesday, 6th of September, which everyone already knows. I've complained about it last week. You can go and watch last week's podcast to find out my opinion of releasing a game on a Wednesday. Yeah. So it's almost 3 years after the original. Activision Blizzard and Bungie's online-only shooter pushes Uncharted: The Lost Legacy off the top spot, down one place to number 2. Launched across Xbox One and PS4, 58% of the sales goes to Sony's format, with 42% on Microsoft's. The original, which was also released on PS3 and Xbox 360, saw Sony's format amount for 51% and Microsoft for 49%. That was going to be obvious. They've got the little bit more friendly with Sony with this game, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys have got some special content as well.
Yeah, get an exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Time stuff.
With the new Xbox One X only 2 months away, the retail price promotion on the original Xbox One S hardware means bundled titles jump up in the charts. Most notably, Forza Horizon 3 up from number 10 to number 3. Fallout 4 up from number 14 to number 5. Dishonored 2 up from number 17 to number 8. Doom up to from number 19 to number 9. And Minecraft Xbox One Edition up from number 24 to number 11. There are new entries this week, apart from Destiny, of course. Mm-hmm. Knack 2 is at number 12. Who?
I didn't think you'd get that high.
Look, I'm going to say this now. Knack 2 is supposed to be a really good game. Just stupid thing. Why did you bring it out when Destiny 2 came out?
On the same day.
Dumb. Yeah. It was on the same day, wasn't it?
Yep, same day.
Idiots. What? I already told you. Don't release games on a Wednesday. This is why. Destiny will eat you. Monster Hunter Stories at number 21 and The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus for the Nintendo Switch at number 36, while LEGO Worlds climbs 2 places to number 14, boosted by the release of the Nintendo Switch version. So, top 5. Up 9 places to number 5 is Fallout 4. Still at number 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Up 7 places to number 3 is Forza Horizon 3. Down 1 to number 2 is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and new at number 1 is Destiny 2. So, God damn it, Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm happy for you, but seriously, who has not got Grand Theft Auto 5 now? I've had this straight. I think everybody's got multiple copies of it. Oh wait, yes we do. Oh well. The obviousness points itself out. So, time for the UK releases. Let's start with Tuesday, September the 12th. So the games that came out then, we've got Pro Evo Soccer, PES 2018, let's go with that, on PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition on the Switch. Wise 8 Lacrimosa of Dana on the PC, PS4 and Vita. Like we mentioned, Destiny 2's Revive and Raid launch. Oh, that's on Wednesday. Why is it in the Tuesday slot? Idiots. Bloody Zombies on the PS4 and PSVR. Butter and Friends Babysitter Sim on the PS4.
What?
Tattastic, I can see another series for you.
Well, babysitting simulator.
Yeah.
Can you kick him?
We do not condone that.
It just become like a female says something each week, and you'll have to say, we do not
condone that here at CTG. Dream Break on the PS4 and Xbox One. Get Over Here. Is that a Mortal Kombat game?
Get Over Here.
On the PS4. Happy Dungeons is now available on the PS4 as well. Part of the Happy Wars series. Inside Limbo Double Pack on the PS4 and Xbox One. Maze on the PS4. Manifest 99 on the PSVR. NASCAR. Maze is out now. Oh, it's on Xbox One as well, yeah. My list is stupid.
Got it to play, but I haven't played it yet.
But yeah, Maze is also available on the Xbox One. If you want to know what that is, you play as Korn. Yeah. NASCAR Heat 2 on the PS4 and Xbox One. Planet of the Eyes on the PS4. Samurai Showdown 5 Special on the PS4 and Vita. Time Recoil on the PS4. Tooth and Tail on Linux, Mac, PC and PS4. Trulon, The Shadow Engine on the PS4. And VR Karts on the PSVR. That was just Tuesday.
Mission, it should tell you.
Thursday, September the 14th, Divinity Original Sin 2 comes out on the PC. Bargia Edge of Control HD on the PS4. Beach Buggy Racing on the Switch. Earthlock Festival of Magic on the Wii U. Who's releasing games on the Wii U? Kingdom New Lands on the Switch. Pan Pan, A Tiny Big Adventure on the Switch. Percy's Predicament Deluxe on the 3DS, Semisphere on the Switch, and Quest of the Dungeons on the Switch. And then on Friday, September 15th, we have Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which is a standalone DLC on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS. NBA Live 18
I can't remember.
On the PS4 and Xbox One. And NHL 18 on the PS4 and Xbox One. So they're the game releases of the week. Just going to say here now, I've got a feeling we're going to see... trying to look through the list of something stupid. Tooth and Tail. I think that's going to be the number one game for next week.
I actually saw someone on my friends list playing that earlier. I had no idea what it was.
We need to find out what that game is. We need to find out what Tooth and Tail is on the bloody PS4. Anyway, while I search for that, let's do the usual. Any game nights planned? Any streams planned? Starting with, because you're the guest this week, what's it?
I'm not hosting one personally at the minute, although I am going to be putting in another night for Trials, because that just didn't happen.
Yeah, that was
well. I am actually going to do another That's You night at some point. So there are a couple that are in the pipeline, but we've actually got 7 Days to Die on the Xbox One this Saturday it's either 6 or 7.
Oh, we're going back to that again.
So
is Kev ready for that?
Yeah, because it's had a new update and everything. I think it's going to be, hopefully, glitch-free. Stuff isn't going to disappear. So, yeah, so we've got that planned for Saturday.
That will be streamed. I will be streaming that, just because I'm a glutton for punishment. I know. Look, we had a great series from that. We can count this as season 2 of the 7 Days to Die. We're going back to the game. Kev has finally calmed down after what the hell happened. We're still not 100% sure what the hell happened, but it happened. We're going to have some new people there as well, which I'm not going to be the newbie, but I will still be digging holes. But anyway, if Wotsit is streaming, you can find her on mixer.com/Miss... Is it _, what's it?
For Mixer, yes, I think it is.
Do you want to tell me, tell me which ones are which? Twitch.tv.
/Miss _Wotsit. And then my Mixer is the same, I believe, but I don't use it that often.
She's more of a Twitch streamer.
I am a bit more of a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
I'm even trying to figure out myself whether I am Miss _Wotsit or not.
Nobody knows. Try both. Try just Miss Wotsit or try Miss _Wotsit. You're going to notice her. She'll be there. And of course, at Miss _Wotsit on Twitter as well. Yes. Tattastic. What about you, mate? What have you got planned?
I don't know. I might stream some more Destiny.
Should we weed you off Destiny already?
It's a hard.
I know it's a hard drug, mate.
It's hard to say because there's that much stuff to sort for EGX with interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just finding time.
Well, I feel like it is the same for us all. We're all getting, like we said, we're a week away from Destiny. Destiny's already out. We're a week away from EGX. I think most of us are in that situation where we're now getting ready for that.
Yeah.
But so our streams may be a little bit mixed up, but they already are anyway. If Tattastic is streaming, of course, everything is Tattastic Gamer. Twitch, Mixer, YouTube.com, @
Everything.
Everything. So we do. So that's what we can say with that one. For me, like I said, we've got 7 Days to Die on Saturday. I'll more than likely be streaming that. On Tuesday, we're hopefully going to be doing our WWE predictions this week instead of the Thursday because of EGX. And of course, we've got the podcast on Wednesday. That's my planned stream schedule at the moment. Which you can find me. I usually run the twitch.tv/GDW2007, mixer.com/CraveYourGame, and youtube.com/CraveYourGames, and of course at CraveYourGame, and of course twitch.tv/CTG Podcast for the podcast. Talk about YouTube's videos we recommend this week. Tattastic.
Which one was I watching? Go and watch That's You.
Go watch go watch That's You one.
I watched exactly the same one. I watched it. Couldn't help it.
Both of them recommending That's You. I'm going to try and do something different. I'm going to recommend go and watch our Destiny video that we started on Monday as well. No, actually, that. But I also recommend go and watch our Use Your Word from Sunday. We basically invent something called a boo cookie.
Ah, is that one?
It's that episode. Jesus Christ, and Heavenly tells us about married life.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. What's it now thinking? What's she told her about married life? You got to go and watch. You think you just figured out what it was now?
Oh dear.
Yeah, she's seen the episode. But yeah, also of course videos that we recommend. My one shot, which of course is Nidhogg 2, Tattastic's The Lost Bear, and with Wotsit, we are going to say Siege. Go and watch Siege, where we are still trying to kill Kev.
Yeah, it's our mission.
No, it's not your mission. No, your mission is still you're on his team. It's me and my Doc and Jen's mission to try and kill Kev.
But he shot me in the head, didn't he? Wasn't that the episode? He shot me in the head.
Probably. Nobody knows. You can say just go and watch the episode and find out. But yeah, like I said, youtube.com/CraveYourGames. By the way, I found out that Tooth and Tail game, it's a real-time strategy game. Which Tooth and Tail, it was envisioned by Pocket Gamers Popcorn. You take place in a society in which a nation of anthropomorphic animals described by multiple sources as being akin to those in the Red Wolf series, no idea what that is, faces a chronic food shortage. The system by which animals are selected for slaughter to feed the populace has broken down, and 4 factions fight to decide who will be eaten. The art style and weaponry of the game were described as being akin to Enlightenment and Industrial Revolution. So it's about animals who are fighting not to be eaten. So it's reality. That explains why it's a real-time strategy. Anyway, I think that's a great way to end that. Want to thank Wotsit. Thank you for joining us this week. Tattastic as well. Thank you for coming back on every. Why? I don't understand why I thank you every week. You're here.
Won't be next week. Ooh.
Oh yes, next week he will not be here because he will be in Birmingham.
In Birmingham.
He'll be in Birmingham. I'm still not 100% sure if we're going to have a podcast next week. Well, we'll let you guys know. We might have a special thing that we're going to do. Knowing us, that usually happens. It happens all the time. It's us. But, of course, keep up to date with us at Twitter, at Crave Your Game. We'll let you guys know what our plans are for the podcast next week. But until then, thank you guys for joining us. And goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I'm gonna press the button to make it transition.